Hello everybody, it is me, that Nigel guy, and welcome to another video. Today, we are going to be doing a tier list on the Dogwatching Asymmetrical, specifically the killers, because I have not that many things to say about the survivors, and I have even less to say about the ghosts, so we're just going to be focusing on the killers today. Like, subscribe, do the bell thing, all the YouTube stuff, let's get into it. First up, we have the Endoskeleton, and he's got like, his main thing is his overcharge, as in, it, like, not only does it make him run faster, it makes him do more damage, but it also, like, apparently deflects stuns from, like, Troy and Andrew and Ruth, so that's cool, but, like, in my personal opinion, the main thing that drags him down is his Ground Vault. I think Ground Vault is kind of a pointless ability, because Survivor's able to run away from you when you're doing it, like, super easily, and I don't know. I think Overcharge is fine. His detection ability is one of the better ones in the game, actually it is just the best one, because it's the only one that marks all of the survivors without blinding you, and when you're using it while you're overcharged, you get 50 extra stamina, which is nice. So overall, thing is that the thing that keeps him out of B tier is the fact that actually, he's like okay, but I just don't find him interesting. He's the default killer, you know? I don't find him that interesting. I'm keeping him in C tier. Honestly, considering how much money you get in this game, you might as well just save up, like, during your survivor rounds before you get killer, because getting killer chance in this game is kind of weird. You might as well just save up for Foxy. And I say Foxy because poor Freddy Bear got the short end of the stick, and I'm going to explain why. Now, Freddy, there's a lot of things wrong with Freddy. His detection ability is one of the two worst ones in the game. Freddy and Chica share the worst detection abilities, where they only mark one survivor, and that's it. But outside of that, Freddy just has only really one ability. I mean, he has two other ones, but, like, one of them is just switching between two types for the other one. So his mic throwing, he can throw one of two mics. He can throw his grapple mic or his explodo mic. The problem with his explodo mic is that no matter how you slice it, it does less damage than his M1. It does, I think, 12 damage right now, which is freaking ridiculous because it's an explosion. But, you know, that's just a me thing. So you would think, okay, then just use grapple then. Just use the grapple mic. The problem with the grapple mic is that it's super janky, and it frequently gets stuck on stuff behind you. So, I only really see it, it only really works half the time, which is kind of stupid, honestly, at least in my opinion. So with that, I feel like Freddy definitely got the short end of the stick. He has the worst detection ability. He only really has one other ability, and it's, like, janky at best, and it does less damage than his M1 at worst. So, that's why Freddy is going in low C tier. He's definitely the, worst killer of the bunch. Thankfully, the other three are way better. So let's talk about those three, shall we? Now, if you're in the TDA community server, you would know that Foxy here is stated to be a brain-dead, broken killer. I think he's a good killer. He's got, you know, a move that does 22 damage, albeit it is pretty, like, easy to juke. He has his Treasure Frenzy that makes him run way faster and marks the nearest survivor, so it's like a better version of Freddy's detection ability. And then he has another detection ability that marks everybody, but he's, like, blinded, but that's not really that big of an issue if you know how all of the maps are. And yeah, that's Foxy's kit. The only other thing to know about him is the reason why people say he's brain dead and broken is because his sprint speed is insane. But his stamina drain is awful to compensate for that. I think Foxy's B tier, or maybe A tier. He's either or. Actually, let me reorder this. I think this is probably better. Right now. Actually, this makes more sense, because Foxy is still really good when you, like, figure out how to stamina manage with him. Now, everybody watching the video, bask in the glory of Boppin' Bonnie, the S tier killer. And I'm going to tell you why Boppin' Bonnie is the best character in the game. So, right off the bat, Bonnie has his hitbox for his M1 is the biggest in the game. He does 18 damage with that. Yeah, it does slow you down for 1 second, but considering how fast Bonnie is, he can easily recover from that. His World Tour ability is really good. He, like, spins around, and every, like, second the hitbox is colliding with someone, like, every millisecond, I guess, it does 1 damage to them, which is really, really good, and you don't have to use up stamina while you're using it, so it's easy to close chases with. Honestly, Bonnie, like, just on that alone, Bonnie can close chases, he does a lot of damage, he's really good at punishing. What's wrong with Bonnie? Unfortunately, none of the killers in this game are perfect, and Bonnie has two glaring problems, being his other two abilities not really jiving with his kit. Because throwing the guitar is already an annoying process, because you have to press the key twice. A lot of the abilities in this game are kind of weird like that. But you're also weakening your M1, and the guitar is already hard to aim as is. So it's like, okay, I'm throwing the M1, I'm throwing the guitar to do some damage, but I could just use World Tour to catch up instead, and I'm not making my M1 weaker for like a couple seconds. Now, I know if you do hit a survivor, or if you just like throw the guitar at all, you can kind of use it as a pseudo trap by like electrocuting it with the embed, I think it's called embed vault, I think. You could do that, but like, it doesn't do enough damage. You might as well, using your M1 twice immediately does more damage than both of those things, and you're not really allowed to waste time in these games. So, I think if you ignore Bonnie's other two abilities, and if you only use his detection ability in World Tour, then Bonnie's S tier. Like, just on that alone, just those two abilities and his M1 put him at the top spot. But we still have Chica to talk about, the most expensive killer in the game. And Chica, I think she's actually still pretty good. I'd say she is A tier, but like lower than Foxy, but still really good. I'm going to go out on a limb right now and say that Chica is the only killer in this game to not have one useless ability. Because Bonnie has two. Foxy, I guess Foxy actually, never mind. So it's Chica and Foxy. Oh, Ground Vault kind of sucks for Endo, and then Freddy, well, frickin', he's all over the place with his abilities. But Chica, her Cupcake Throw is good, because that does splash damage if that lands, and it also sets a poison trap for like 10 seconds, so that's really good. The cupcakes she puts down, they don't mark survivors, but what they do is they slow them down. So, like, what you could do, for example, considering she has a move that lets you detonate all of the cupcakes on the map to make them explode, what you could do is be in chase with someone, they run into a cupcake, they're slowed down, you detonate it, they take damage, they're still slowed for a bit, and then you can M1, and then you're hot on their tail, and you just did, like, a bunch of damage. So it's like, Chica has insane damage potential, in my opinion, and that is what puts her in A tier. And I also just think she's a very fun killer. I really like Trapper killers, and Chica is well, simple. She has a nice spin on the Trapper killer thing. She is one of the two killers to have a detection ability that only marks one survivor. But I don't really think that matters much when the cupcakes already alarm. Like, they make a little alarm noise whenever someone's nearby them and they're slowing people down. So, like, you already can keep tabs on people pretty easily with Chica. So, yeah, that's my killer tier list. Pretty short video in my opinion, but, you know, I wanted to do this for the Dogwatching Asymmetrical instead of just a bunch of shorts, because I think that'd be kind of underwhelming. And I wanted to give my opinion on the balancing of this game, because I feel like this game has a lot of potential, and I think it just needs to work out a couple of quirks with, like, the balancing and the maps. Freddy Bear's Pizza is the worst map in the game, by the way. The layout of that map, and it's way too big, but that's aside the point. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, y'all.